New excuses and a new attitude. Her mindset is that I should have won, and I'm going to do it my way because my way would have won. And it was all these consultants that were telling me to take this position or that position, and it was their fault. Finally, we get to see the real Kamala. Well, who is the real Kamala? Well, sources say she's looking for where the wave is going and is determined to ride it. And that's the real Kamala, riding the wave and going where the wind blows. And where's the new wave going? Stone cold communism.
We know that in 2028, yes, we have an opportunity to move beyond the current federal administration. And that begs the question, to what? And I think that it is time to be able to not only have a vision, but to deliver on that vision.
Mamdani has a vision, and Kamala Harris would like to borrow his glasses. She's been texting with the mayor. She's been making friends with the Palestinian wing. But Kamala's got a blind spot. The commies want to abolish the presidency. So if she wins, she's going to be a figurehead. They're going to put a collar around her, and they're going to walk her around on a little leash. And Mamdani is going to tell her where she's going.
I think we all belong to the big tent that is the Democratic Party. I think the question that is now in front of us is, where do we want to go? And what do we want this party to be?
No one knew who this guy was a year ago. He wasn't even born here. And now he's telling the National Democrat Party that's been around for 2 centuries where it's going. And they're listening to him. Why? Because he won 1 race in New York. Not a swing state. But here's the issue. No one's going to give Kamala any more money. You know, right? The big checks. The only way the donors are going to back her is if she clean sweeps the early primaries. Then everybody falls in line. Well, how does she do that? Lock up the commie wing. She's going to pull a Biden. Remember what he did with Berner? He said, I'll do, Bernie, whatever you want. Green New Deal, black justices, black female VP. I'll even kill the pipeline. I don't know what I'm signing, but I'll sign it. They both need each other. The commies are like a parasite, and Kamala's the host. And together, they're going to try to go all the way. But Kamala's going to have to pretend like she's not an insider, that she hasn't lived in D.C. for a decade, been a lifelong politician, because the powers that be, they're tired of her excuses.
When her people say she only had 107 days and there wasn't enough time, don't run for the nomination. There were plenty of people who would have run if she'd stayed aside, who were willing to not use that as an excuse. I just don't understand how she can blame people for having 107 days when she insisted on being the nominee.
She does have some things going for her. Woman of color. You think the commies want Gavin Newsom? All the hair gel, blonde wife? Unless Newsom starts doing land acknowledgments, he's cooked. Kamala is going to reinvent herself. Introducing Commie Harris.